From a simple police car robot to a gigantic combiner, Metal Cardbot has evolved an insane amount over only 3 years. This Korean show about transforming robots has been blowing me away since I stumbled upon it, and with season 3 finally wrapping up, I thought it would be perfect to study the evolution of the toy line, from its humble beginnings in 2023 to its incredible current form. And we're going to use the main character, Blue Cop, to do this. Also known as Blue Star in America, Blue Cop is one of the last Star Guardians, a protector of the now destroyed planet Machina. He's basically the Optimus Prime of the show, and every season he gets one or more new forms. So in this video, we'll take a look at all of them, tracking the progress and evolution of the series. What's good, internet? Jake here, dumb as ever, and we need to start with season 1's Blue Cop, aka the very first Blue Cop figure. The season 1 Metal Cardbot toys are a lot more simple than what we'll see later. This figure is the American release of the toy, which is identical to the Korean release. There are a few issues with this figure. The eyes in vehicle mode are totally inaccurate, sporting a much more rounded, cartoony shape compared to the more angular digital eyes from the show. The eye color is also much darker than it should be, so dark that sometimes the eyes aren't super noticeable. The Chinese version of the figure actually has the eyes that are properly light blue. I do love the chubby police Lambo that Blue Cop turns into. It's both cute and cool. His robot mode is also very fun. Unfortunately, his head doesn't have eyes. This was an issue with a few of the season 1 figures, and it makes him lack a lot of personality. But the design is still super cool, and at this point it's pretty iconic to me. There are a few issues though. For one, his articulation is pretty terrible. There's not much movement available on the arms or legs, and his backpack kibble is pretty bad. Every Metal Cardbot comes with a metal card weapon, a small card-shaped block of plastic that transforms into an accessory. Blue Cop's metal card weapon is the Justice Gauntlet, a blocky fist with gold highlights. I love the light blue plastic that they used, and I feel like the gauntlet really completes his look. My Chinese version of Blue Cop comes with a different metal card. Instead of a gauntlet, this card transforms into a little wolf pal, kind of like one of Soundwave's Recordicons. There was one more version of the figure which I don't own, Ultimate Blue Cop, the super mode of Blue Cop in season 1. He's made of translucent plastic, and he's also been retooled a bit in his chest, head, arms, and feet. He also comes with 3 extra metal cards, which turn into a second gauntlet and 2 boots to really upgrade the Star Guardian. I do want this figure, but I just couldn't secure it for the video. I will say he looks incredibly awkward though. Kinda looks like he's wearing stilts, but I still think it's cool. Shout out to KR Brickbot for this footage. He does awesome reviews of Korean Transformer toys. Next, we're going to talk about Blue Cop S from Metal Cardbot S. But before we do, we need to talk about today's sponsor, JPFans. JPFans is a proxy service, which is probably the weirdest kind of website you can buy from. A proxy service acts as a middleman between you and Japanese online stores, like Mercari, Amazon, and Surugaya. There are 2 main steps for ordering on JPFans. The first is ordering your items. I love to shop on Mercari because you can find great deals on secondhand items. When you order an item, it'll be sent to the JPFans warehouse, where they can store it for you for up to 30 days. That way you can make multiple orders and bundle items together, which is better for shipping. Keep in mind that because JPFans is a middleman, refunds are not guaranteed. The JPFans purchasing agent will attempt to negotiate with the original seller to get you a refund, but it is up to that original seller on whether they will accept a return or not. The second step is paying for international shipping. International shipping has to be calculated after ordering the items, because they have to price out the shipping after packaging and weighing the items. And I also have to mention that international shipping can be super expensive on account of the items coming from a whole different country. But I do have some tips. First of all, there's a calculator which can help you estimate the shipping cost based on the weight of the items you order. Keep in mind this is an estimate, and you won't know the price for sure until your items are packed and weighed, but it does help you know the range you can expect. Another tip is that the most reliably cheap international shipping service is ECMS. If an option for or ECMS does not appear for you, message customer support and ask what you can do to get ECMS as an option. If you are not in the United States, I recommend avoiding UPS. They are an American company, so the price to ship is much higher if you're not in the US. Again, if ECMS is not available, message support to see if they can help you. If you do want to use JPFans, please consider using my link below. If you do so, you'll get some coupons. And if you redeem code dumbjake, you'll get a 20% shipping discount coupon. The second season of Metal Cardbot, called Metal Cardbot S, upgraded the show and toy line big time, taking it to the next level as a series in my opinion. Blue Cop also got an upgrade, given new power by June's mysterious new metal breath. He was turned into Blue Cop S. I know I keep saying this, but this figure is such an upgrade from the Season 1 toy. First of all, the vehicle mode is a lot more proportional this time around, looking a lot less chubby and more angular, and there are a few notable changes, like the longer and sharper sirens, as well as the spoiler, while keeping those familiar notes like his windshield crest and gold highlights. The eyes are also a lot more accurate on this toy, though I feel like they look a bit too small compared to the show. The robot mode really gives us a show-accurate Blue Cop. The proportions are just so much closer to the show, and his head sculpt is fantastic. He finally has eyes, which gives the toy so much character, and his back kibble is also significantly cleaner. His articulation has also been greatly enhanced. The legs have thigh swivels, and even a waist rotation, which is awesome. The arms are unfortunately still lacking in articulation though. If they had an upper arm swivel, I think there would be the perfect amount of movement. I forgot to mention it in the Season 1 figure section, but Blue Cop came with one pistol. Blue Cop S doubles up on the armaments, giving him two pistols which he looks badass holding, and they can cleverly store on his legs. In Metal Cardbot S, the signature gimmick, the metal cards, changed a bit, going from roughly all the same shape to wildly different sizes, some being absolutely huge. Blue Cop S's metal card is no exception, though it's really not that big compared to some other figures in the line. The metal card splits into two pieces, a chest plate which securely plugs into Blue Cop's chest, giving him this amazing shock of red, and just really modifying the look of the character. The other piece is of course his gauntlet, this time much bigger, equipped with a large blaster on the top. He has articulated fingers and thumb, though his fingers are all molded together, making them look like a weird mono finger. Attaching the gauntlet is as simple as slipping his hand in. The weapon cleverly extends, avoiding his shoulder kibble. When you attach the gauntlet, Blue Cop looks immaculate. Truly an awesome looking figure, and the metal card is what really completes that look. Again, an arm swivel really would have perfected this figure, especially with the gauntlet. Now this figure recently got a retool, being in the Chinese exclusive Zerg Crisis line. The retools on him are nominal. They gave him some nipple holes as well as some assorted clips over his chest and arms. These are to accommodate the new metal card he comes with, which transforms into a praying mantis, which is very cool and articulated, but it also becomes armor and weapons for Blue Cop. This set is special because the armor has two modes. The first gives him chest armor and a pincer gauntlet, so pretty much like his original toy but more buggy. The other mode adds the mantis head to the chest plate and gives Blue Cop dual arm slicers. Overall, it's an awesome release, and I put out a much more detailed look at Wave 1 of Zerg Crisis a few weeks ago, so check that out if interested. But Blue Cop did also receive a super form in Season 2. Instead of a simple retool, we got Blue Cop Trinity, a huge robot made up of 3 separate vehicles. In the show, these auxiliary vehicles, a SWAT van and a police bus I guess, come out of nowhere and combine with Blue Cop, and once he returns to normal, they drive off and disappear, which is just cool to me and I don't really know why. This set obviously also comes with a Blue Cop, who does not have a robot mode, but that makes sense, and even in the show, Blue Cop always transforms into vehicle mode before combining with the other elements. This is a cute little version of the character, though honestly he isn't that small, being the same size as the Season 1 toy and just a bit smaller than Blue Cop S. Due to the combining gimmick, there are several little pegs and clips all over the vehicle. I like the metallic light blue they use for the eyes. The armored SWAT truck is a solid little vehicle. All of the little paint apps are very appreciated. The police bus is my favorite of the vehicles. There are many bus transformers, and while this isn't a full transformer, it is cool to see. The inside of the bus is pretty hollow, and again the paint apps are so nice. The transformation obviously includes a lot of parts forming, but like many Metal Cardbots that parts form, this figure feels fun to transform despite that. The SWAT van becomes the arms, the bus transforms into the legs and wings, and Blue Cop becomes the body. The end result might be my favorite Metal Cardbot design. He has such powerful Optimus Prime super mode energy. Trinity just looks super strong, like Blue Cop hit the gym big time. Regal gold chrome accents his blue and white body, while his large wing pack gives him even more presence. Seeing him next to his two previous forms really shows how much bigger he is. I love his head sculpt as well. It's still very much Blue Cop, but a purple visor covers his eyes now, emphasizing the similarities between him and Flame Nova, the main villain of Season 2. His articulation is incredible for a figure of his size. Surprises like a waist rotation and even ankle tilt make this guy so fun to play with, and his ratchet joints feel rock solid. He's not too heavy for them like some other figures we've seen, though his biggest articulation flaw is a lack of head movement. It can turn fine, but he can't really look up and only slightly down. His metal card is a giant sword. This weapon isn't anything crazy, but it absolutely completes his gallant knight look, and it gives me huge Star Saber vibes. It can also transform into a large blaster. Though it's less convincing in that form, it is a nice option to have. Overall, I think Blue Cop Trinity is incredible, and I do think he may be my favorite Metal Cardbot in my collection, but we still have to look at our final toy of the video. Blue Cop W, from the most recent season Metal Cardbot Wild, which introduces a new faction known as Wild Cardbots, who have warred with the Metal Cardbots on planet Machina. We've actually taken a look at Blue Cop W in another video, so if you'd like a more in-detail review, check that out. In Season 3, Blue Cop is infected by the Beast Virus, partially turning him into a Wild Cardbot, and giving him a cool new wolf theme. His new police car mode looks incredible. This is easily my favorite alt mode for the character. It looks aggressive and angular. The size in hand just feels perfect to hold as well. I love his police siren, which makes it look as if he's always speeding forward in motion, and it still carries all of those quality paint apps from the previous releases. In robot mode, Blue Cop W is somehow even bigger than Blue Cop S. These guys just keep getting bigger, man. Also, while Season 2 streamlined Blue Cop's look, Blue Cop W feels like a new take on the design. His chest has been given a lot more dimension, which looks a lot more appealing to me. His arms also have wrist blasters now, replacing his usual pistol accessories. Blue Cop's articulation has taken a hit, unfortunately, probably because of his combination gimmick, which we'll get into later. His upper arms don't have swivels, so they still can't properly swing out, but his forearms do rotate, which is something. He also rotates at the knee instead of his thighs, and for this figure he doesn't have a waist swivel, so that is unfortunate, but the articulation is still decent enough. His metal card is the biggest one for Blue Cop yet, truly a brick of a metal card, though I've seen way bigger. Much like Blue Cop S, W gains chest armor, which looks like a wolf snout. It also has two blasters that can rest on the back, or sit on Blue Cop's shoulders. Following tradition, Blue Cop's main weapon is a gauntlet, this time in the shape of a wolf head, and damn, that is so cool. He still has slightly articulated fingers, with pointier werewolf nails. The wolf mouth can open, revealing a gigantic blaster. Unfortunately, the articulation betrays the gauntlet yet again, especially because the gauntlet is huge this time. Honestly, it's a bit too big, but he can at least hold his arm out pointing the blaster. Much like Blue Cop S, the metal card truly completes Blue Cop's look, but this isn't everything. Blue Cop W combines with a wild cardbot named Blyan. I covered Blyan in another video, so I won't be going over his toy in this video, but obviously you need him for the combination, which is called Grand Blue Leon. Blyan becomes the bottom half, while Blue Cop W becomes the top half. Grand Blue Leon has total Omnimon vibes with the blaster and sword arms. And in general, I love the look of this figure. I think he's really cool. Unfortunately, due to the combination gimmick, he is a bit hard to pose. But his aura alone is so impressive that he's just nice to look at. I love the red gem in his chest piece, though the helmet is a bit gaudy in my opinion. Grand Blue Leon's wingspan is also very impressive, though his upper body is so thick that it looks a bit silly. Grand Blue Leon is massive, mogging even Blue Cop Trinity. I think he does reach a point of being too big, at least for a fellow like me, but as a display piece, this guy is utterly impressive. And it's so fun they added this mode in for Season 3. It just feels like a natural evolution of the toy line and Blue Cop's character. Overall, the Metal Cardbot toy line is insanely impressive. Their progression over just 3 years has been incredible, and with the Season 4 all but officially confirmed, I can't wait to see what new ideas they throw at us. I know I'll be excited for whatever those ideas may be. Until then, thanks to JPFans for sponsoring this video. Sign up with my link below to get a bunch of coupons, and use my code dumbjake to get a 20% shipping discount coupon. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to support me further, I have a YouTube membership and Patreon. For $1 a month, both give you the same thing: access to my members exclusive Discord server, where we talk about toys like Metal Cardbot way too much. Also, please consider checking out my new toy podcast, Retooled, where me and the GOAT JCC22224 discuss toy-related topics weekly. For example, our new video covers all the new SDCC toy reveals, and this video is almost 3 hours long, so we really got into it. Alright y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.